Hello, it's SNK Media Productions. Our film Filth and Glory was filmed a couple of weeks ago. We were asked to show it to our peers and get some feedback, and we've done that. Now we have some questions we need to answer.
In what ways does your media product use, develop, or challenge forms and conventions of real media products?
Well, traditional film noir has a character called femme fatale, and we didn't really use the femme fatale in ours. We decided not to put one in. Well, the femme fatale is usually a woman who has a troubled future or past and is dangerous to our protagonist. And this time we had the essence of a femme fatale being the friend who was a bit crazy and dragged him into all this sort of crime underworld. So we tried to challenge that. We didn't really want to scrap it completely.
How does your media product represent particular social groups?
Well, all the characters in our media product are teenagers around 19 or 20, that age. So it's a sort of a stereotype of teenagers being into crime and being out late and like sort of hanging around like that. So we sort of bought into the stereotype a bit, but it's less just terrorising people on the streets. It's more organised crime, like going with a purpose.
We also used stereotypical accents from London, which represent, in particular, there are a lot of gang.
There's a lot of gang culture in London.
Culture and gang activity in London, and
what kind of media institutions might distribute your media product and why?
We were looking for a small institution to distribute our film. I was thinking our film would be more of a cult classic than a box office smash. It's pretty low budget and a bit stereotypical characters, scenarios, but it could be a good watch. So we're looking for not the biggest of
Something like Embargo.
Embargo films would be perfect for us.
Who would be the audience for your media product?
I'd say that it'd be teenagers, older teenagers, maybe adults in their early 20s as well, because it's quite a raw, gritty film which is not suitable for children. And I'd also say that it's got lots of mature themes and swearing and violence in it.
We're looking for sort of a kidulthood, adulthood range of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's sort of gang violence, a bit tongue-in-cheek comedy as well. So.
Very gritty.
Extremely.
The next question is, how did you attract or address your audience?
I guess the content of our piece will attract the audience. You know, it's a very popular genre, the crime, film noir, yeah. So I guess that's the way we did it, and the best actors money could buy.
I'd also say a lot of the camera shots and lighting we used represented a very raw, gritty kind of performance as well, because it kind of really brought out the dark nature of the film in which we were trying to get across. Okay, so the next question is, what have you learned about technologies from the process of constructing this product?
Well, at first with filming, we was actually one day filming, our camera battery ran out and we had to use Cameron's phone, which we then had to transfer onto the IMAX to put into our movie. So that was a laborious process. But you know, we learned a lot about transferring data through that.
Yeah, we learned that how to use iMovie, how to make it look professional, effects and stuff like that, and the shots.
Credits were the long time.
Looking back at your preliminary task, what do you feel you have learned in the progression from it to the full product?
Well, my continuity task was a bit. Camera is very shaky. I used not very many varied shots, so pretty much the same. You know, wide shot or a medium long shot. Just wasn't many close-ups. Didn't really use a 180-degree view in that.
It's kind of more about playing around with effects and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
It's kind of, you know, you can turn it black and white or stuff like that, so it's kind of just getting the right setting, the right scene.
It just ended up looking more professional when it comes to the main task, which is really what we wanted.
We learned how to use camera shots effectively to show characters and actions and things like that.
Upon filming again, we would have used a Dutch angle shot, which we researched a lot at the time, but forgot to put in quite foolishly.
Yeah, boy.
I suppose we'd added in we'd have made it look a bit more professional because there were a couple of shots where it was a bit shaky, and we could use a tripod. We didn't actually have a tripod at our disposal at the time.
Especially for the shot in the back of the car when the bikes are chasing after the car, that was some of the feedback that we got. A few people picked up on the fact that the shots were a bit shaky, and unfortunately we didn't have a tripod with us at the time.
We'd have used our time a bit more wisely as well. We certainly thought